falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They go play action here on first down. This goes out right to Doyle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And this will be incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago. And they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. Off play action. Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Bust through the tackle. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
He's a good of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught by Ali Cox. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On play action, they'll throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give for Taylor running right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
2nd and inches at the 9-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. First and goal from just inside the 5. Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson under pressure, and they got to him again. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got Jack Doyle. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps up, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bobby Brown able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and 1.
2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game. Second and 1. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Second and 5. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They'll look to throw again. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be a second down.
Brings up second and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. And he gets this one down to the 24. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Back to throw again. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 9, 2nd and 5. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll set them back 5. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So they'll come away with nothing here. A disappointing result even on a day like this.
And as a kicker in the rain, you've got to slow things down a little bit. Give your holder an extra half second to make sure everything's secure. And here, he might have rushed this one a little, and it winds up no good.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
On third down, Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. They'll run for it with Hines. And just shutting him off there. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. In to make the stop, Patrick Queen, the linebacker, the Ravens' leading tackler in 2020. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And just a yard to go here on second down. They'll drop to throw. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Max Crosby able to get him for a loss of about 3. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right, and he's going to go down again. Max Crosby, his 2nd sack of the night. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay.
He sheds himself free. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 56 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Now it's Hines. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quiddy Pay, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Colts on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
the play fake. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer or even pick up the first down if they can. It's third down. They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
This will be fielded at the 17. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. A quick throw, but incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll start by running the option to the right, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. They'll get this one to Pittman. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer, even pick up the first down if they can. It's 3rd down. He's back to throw. They're going right back to Pittman. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So as the rain continues to fall, so too do the field goal percentages. His 3rd miss of the ball game.
And sometimes you just get so focused about that plant foot giving out, Brandon, that you forget to concentrate on the kick itself. And this weather's really impacted his performance. There's no doubt about it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And that kneeled down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you've won a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points to the premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
That almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.